Welcome to the CricCut Podcast. My name is Sai, also known as SS Gollapudi Music, and I am here with Pranavesh, who is known as Eye Catching Productions. Make sure to subscribe, and our links will be in the description of this video. In this episode of our podcast, we'll talk about the first ODI between India and Sri Lanka as part of the bilateral series that is happening right now. So without further ado, let's begin. The toss. Sri Lanka chose to bat, which in my opinion was the right choice. Because with research, I saw that it was said that the team batting first in the Colombo Stadium has won 71 times, and the person batting second has only won 50 times. So statistically, Sri Lanka, I think, made the right choice to bat first. Okay, Sri Lanka is batting. Everyone could have done better, but everyone scored lots of 30s, 20s, lower scores, but no one couldn't convert it to a 50, I feel like. No one converted it to a higher score or like a respectable total in total as well.
Yes, that's true. I mean, Sri Lanka did go through a lot right before the series started with dealing with COVID or losing a whole series against England. It was a big thing. And then they also had to change their captain.
They had 3 players banned as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they did have some blows. But still, I feel like they could have done a bit better. I feel like on the first match.
They didn't have experience. They didn't have a lot of experienced batsmen.
Like I'm looking now, I don't think anyone got 50 in that game. Yeah, no one got 50. The closest was Kurana. Yeah, it was 43 was the highest score for Sri Lanka's batting. So that's really
we had a decently experienced bowling attack. We had Bhuvi, who was really experienced. We had Kuldeep Yadav and Yuzi Chahal, which I was really excited to see them play.
Yeah.
And I still remember how you said in one of the previews that we did, you said that it was pace track. It was for pacers. It would support pacers. But the first wicket was.
I said it would support spinners. Yeah.
I doubt that.
Really?
Yes,
it'll be on screen now. The replay will be on screen now.
Yes,
I remember I said spin.
I mean, that one, again, I picked him in my 11 because I wanted more pacers to bowl. But if there was another choice, I would probably replace Chetan Sakaria with another player. If anyone came in.
Because you want more pacers, but the ground they're playing in, it's a spinner friendly pitch actually. It's not known to have much pace. The ground they're playing in, it's a spinner friendly pitch actually.
His bowling, it wasn't too bad, but again, the bowling could have also been better. Colonel Pandya did excellent with his 10 overs, had an economy of 2.6, and he also picked up 1 wicket.
Concede a single boundary. He didn't.
That is amazing.
Concede a single boundary.
I feel like he polished his bowling. In T20 for Mumbai Indians, he was getting hit for 6s, 4s, but now he's polished his bowling. He's done better.
You can't say he's a spinner. Okay, he has a lot. For a spinner, he has a lot of pace.
Yeah.
So like, maybe that's what throwing the batsman off.
Maybe. I think he's probably controlled his pace by now, though. I think he's able to bowl slower ones, one that spin more, the faster ones. So I think he's definitely polished his bowling. But we can't forget the Kultra combo has come back. They impressed in their redemption match and picked up 2 wickets each. And they both had economy of 5 as well. So that was amazing from them. They definitely had a redemption. But I was a bit disappointed in Bhuvi as when he's my favorite player. He got economy of 7 in 9 overs, not even 10 overs. 9 overs, picked up no wickets, no maidens. He wasn't at his best. But I guess that's the risk that you can take with Bhuvi, with his fitness and whatever. Whenever it comes to him, you have to just hope that he's on top level for that specific game. And if he's not, then you'll have to be ready to concede runs. I believe his economy is 10 in the death overs. I believe so.
That is not the Bhuvi that we know of, but we'll hope he comes back into form.
Now on to India's batting. Bro, India's batting, they looked like they were going to chase it in 20 overs, if I'm being honest. Prithvi Shaw was...
I'm telling you, Prithvi Shaw was amazing. Ishan Kishan and Suryakumar Yadav. Like, the thing is, at one point, after seeing the playing 11, I was like, is this India's B team, or is this like Mumbai Indians B team? Like we had everyone from Mumbai Indian was literally playing T20.
Yeah.
But again, we got to give credit because if we had the proper A team, if we had like proper like batsmen, meaning like the India A team with Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and all, they would have probably like went slow and then started hitting big near the death.
Yeah.
The youngsters showed no fear.
No fear.
Like
Zero fear. Zero
yes.
fear. So yeah, Prithvi Shaw had an explosive start with 43. Ishan Kishan on his ODI debut 59, which is actually the first Indian player to get a 50 in T20 and ODI on a debut.
Yep.
And it also claimed the second fastest 50 in ODI, the first being Krunal Pandya against England.
That was
then also another
unexpected.
And another record stat is that India were 91 for 1 in 10 overs, which is their highest power play score in ODI ever. So it'll be on screen now. It's a stat saying the highest score in power play for India in ODIs since 2013. And the score, 91 for 1 in 10 overs, is going to be the highest one against Sri Lanka, which is obviously this year. Yes. Yeah, everything ended pretty quickly. Gabbar obviously had his 86, showing his class, showing his experience. First game as a captain, 86 not out, amazing.
Yep.
The only thing I think Manish Pandey could have done better.
I was going to talk about him.
I remember I was telling Pranavesh this the day of the ODI. He is doing everything. At one point, he was 9 for 19, which is like a typical ODI, I think. 9 for 19.
Yeah.
And then one time he was 20 for 23. Like 22 for 24, I mean. Like, how? You went from an ODI score to a decent T20 score, and then after that he got out at 26 for 40. Like, what happened to that momentum?
I don't think exactly the same way, because he's still pretty young. He has more time.
I guess, but like, now is the time to prove himself, right? Because India's in a place where they have two teams. If Manish Pandey is struggling in the B team, I doubt he'll get any chances whatsoever at all. I think with the amount of people who can replace Manish Pandey at number 4, it's just unlucky for him, I guess.
Surya Kumar Yadav. He's a perfect replacement for. I mean, he's like the 360 for India.
Yeah.
He could be a perfect replacement for, not perfect replacement for Yuvraj Singh, because he's an all-rounder. But for batting, Surya Kumar Yadav is a perfect replacement for Yuvraj Singh.
Now on to Sri Lanka's bowling. Udana went very expensive. Shaw bashed him for 4s and 6s, but he was not the only person who went expensive, actually. I'm looking now. Everybody's economy besides Hasaranga was 6 and up. Hasaranga was 5, I believe, but everyone else was 6 and up. I saw 9s, 8s, but they're high economy. So, and that too, they only got 3 wickets combined, right? So with a high economy and no wickets to show, it's not that, like, you can't really say much about it.
One thing that I didn't like about the captain of Sri Lanka was that he didn't back his bowlers. I felt Isru Udana only got the power play 2 overs in power play. That's it. Yeah. He was done after that. I think maybe if he has backed him up and then like gave him more chances, the game could have turned around. He could have proved something at some point of the game.
Thank you for watching our cricket podcast, where we looked at the first ODI between India and Sri Lanka and gave our thoughts. Stay tuned for future videos and more podcasts. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Peace.